Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Lauren, and today we're going to talk about 5 wardrobe essentials that you need for the upcoming summer in 2021. Now that we are in the thick of summer, I really think that it has officially begun. I live in the Midwest, and I felt like we were in this long extension of winter forever, and now I feel like we finally made it to summer. So it is consistently 80 plus degrees here, and I'm ready for it. I'm happy that the sunshine is out. Even though it's super hot and can be uncomfortable sometimes, I actually really do love enjoying the summertime and the fashion trends and the transition in my wardrobe that comes with that. So when you're transitioning your wardrobe into the next season, in particular this is the summer season, you're going to want to take note of any pieces that are missing, any holes that you have in your wardrobe. The 5 categories that I'm going to share with you today, or items that I'm going to share with you today, are going to be really good examples of items that I feel are worth investing a little bit more either money into or time in finding a good secondhand option for. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is actually something that I feel is one of the most important investments you can make in your wardrobe, not only because the cost per wear is going to be very low. This is something that you could literally wear every single day. It's something that will go with every single outfit. It's something that you could even actually wear in the wintertime and should be wearing in the wintertime, and that is sunglasses. So these particular ones that I have are Ray-Bans. These are my prescription sunglasses, so they are a medical necessity. Ever since I started wearing prescription sunglasses since high school, it's just been a total game changer for me. It's really an essential for me when I'm driving, when I'm out and about. It's a health thing because it protects my eyes, and it's a necessity because I need glasses to see. I'm not a contacts person. I've always worn glasses. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to invest in a nice pair of prescription sunglasses. When it comes to sunglasses, you absolutely do not have to invest in a designer pair. However, I do think that it would be worth it if you did find a really awesome design that really speaks to you, because the cost per wear for this is going to be very, very small. Cost per wear is usually something that I kind of judge when I am making a larger purchase, and so meaning that if I'm going to get a lot of use out of it, it's going to actually end up being worth it in the long run. So these will not only tie your entire look together, but they can also protect your eyes, which is a huge thing. You want to be protecting those eyes, you guys. You're only given one set of eyes your entire life, so protect them. Be wise about it. Wear a good pair of sunglasses, and if you don't have a nice pair of sunglasses yet, have not invested in a pair, definitely take the time to invest in a pair this year. The next category that we're going to get into is shoes, but more specifically sandals. And so I have several pairs to share with you that I have in my personal wardrobe. I have 3 sandals for the season. They're all very different and they all work in many different ways. But I actually specifically want to more so talk about the dad shoe trend. So the dad shoe trend is something that has really taken a storm in popularity. I think it's really funny because a lot of these shoes can be really good for your feet and really good for your health, and I really think it's a good time to take the opportunity to purchase a good pair of sandals that are going to be good for your feet, your posture, your back, all that good stuff. You absolutely do not have to buy a designer shoe for this. I actually don't really recommend that. That is just something that's going to fade so quickly in the fashion trend. But I want to talk about the ultimate dad sandal, and I say with quotations here, just very loosely, my pick of the dad sandal that I feel like is pretty timeless. It's something that's been around forever, and that is none other than the Birkenstock. So I have recently broken mine in, and that is why the discoloration has happened. That's normal, you guys. You can correct that a little bit, but that is not something to be alarmed by because it happens when you break them in. So yes, Birkenstocks, great alternative. I think instead of spending several $100s on a designer pair of dad sandals, you could really just honestly get away with a pair of Birkenstocks. I personally really like this style, the one with the toe strap. I just feel like it is a little bit of a more modern take on this sandal, whereas like the typical, just like the 2-strap classic, it's been around forever, but I think that this makes it a little bit more modern and a little bit more feminine, if I could say that. Yeah, it just works better for my foot shape, and I just really like the way that it looks on. I'll throw up some stock photos so you guys can see what they look like on. I'm going to spare you because I do not have the world's prettiest feet. Was not blessed with those, but you know what? Hey, I still rock a good sandal. I love sandals. They're very comfortable. And again, these are super, super practical. They're good for your feet. You can really just do everything in them. The only thing is that you cannot get them wet. You will absolutely ruin them. So just keep that in mind. So if Birkenstocks are just not your vibe, I would definitely go for a flat form type of strappy sandal. This pair in particular is from Merrell. I got these at Nordstrom Rack for a really, really good price. Yeah, again, another great pair of sandals that are excellent for your feet. These look very modern to me. I was actually eyeing a couple pairs of sandals from Eileen Fisher, which I was going to pull the trigger on, but I ended up finding these for a really great price at Nordstrom Rack, like I said. The only thing I will say is just really be careful when you are buying from discount department stores, because sometimes you're going to be getting a lower quality product, even though it still has the name brand attached to it. Normally, this would be called a diffusion line. If you don't know what a diffusion line is, it's essentially like a lower tier branch within a brand. But lately, I'm finding that a lot of name brands actually are kind of doing like a sneaky diffusion, if that makes sense. It's sneaky diffusion line where it's not really advertised as being so, and they just end up being a lower quality product. So just be careful of that. But sometimes though, it's still just an item that was an overstock or did not sell from the previous season, and they're just discounted, and you can take advantage of that. So I'm going to move on to something that is a little bit less trendy, and I would say that that is a cork or a faux cork wedge sandal. Wedge sandals to me are honestly a wardrobe staple. These in particular are Vionic. If you have never tried Vionic before, let me tell you, they are chef's kiss. Amazing, incredible. Now, I will say that if you have ever tried Dansko's and those fit your feet better, I find that Vionics can be a little bit harder to fit. So my foot in particular fits Dansko's a little bit better, but sometimes I have a hard time with the Vionic slipping on my heel. So of course these do not have a heel, and they actually fit me really, really well. Just tripping over my words there. I actually got these for a great price from a local shoe store that was just kind of clearancing out some things that didn't sell last spring and summer due to the, you know, panorama that's going on right now. But so I got these for a steal. They are just, you know, a classic style. And I really don't think that you can go wrong with a wedge sandal for the season, whatever style that speaks to you. Yeah, definitely can't recommend this type of sandal enough. Okay, so the next category that we're going to move on to is clothing. And honestly, I think the one summer essential that you absolutely cannot live without is a basic white t-shirt. I'm wearing this now. This one is a slightly cropped t-shirt. I actually find that I like these type of t-shirts a lot because I have a lot of high-waisted pants and jeans that I like to tuck them into, and I find that when they are slightly cropped, they're easy to tuck in and they don't look sloppy without having to wear a bodysuit or something like that that's a lot more restrictive. I find these to be great. White t-shirts are something that, you know, definitely I feel like if you wanted to spend a little bit more money on to get a higher quality fabric, you absolutely can. This one in particular was just something that I ended up finding at Dillard's, which is a department store local to me, for a great price on clearance. So if you already have a white t-shirt and you're looking for another top to invest in, I would honestly recommend a white blouse. So this one in particular is just honestly from Chico's, which is not a store I normally shop at. You know, I'm only 31, so it's a little bit mature for me. However, I got this at the Goodwill outlet, the Goodwill bins, and it's just this kind of loose drapey top. Now this one in particular is a little bit see-through, so I do wear a camisole underneath it to kind of counteract that, but I find that this top is great, and this is just a kind of a classic silhouette that is you know, more modern, and you can find at a lot of different stores. I'll try to find something similar linked down below for you guys, but I got this last year. This is an absolute staple for me, and I will enjoy it for many seasons to come. Once you have your basic white t-shirt, your white blouse, the next item that I would absolutely recommend investing in is either a midi or maxi dress for the summertime, or a jumpsuit. I mean, you really can do both. I have both in my wardrobe, but this particular one I want to talk about is this Eileen Fisher jumpsuit. Sorry, I do have a dog, so if you see little white hairs, please excuse that. This is real life here. So yes, if you're going to invest, definitely I would absolutely, especially when it comes to a jumpsuit, I would look into Eileen Fisher. Eileen Fisher is one of my all-time favorite designer brands. I just absolutely love everything about the aesthetic of her clothing line. Personally, I think it just works for a broad range of ages and audiences, style types. You really can kind of mix and match that in with pretty much any wardrobe. I personally feel great basics brand, but she does a jumpsuit so well, you guys, just so well. Now I am typically a large 10 to 12, sometimes a medium in tops, just across the board. But at Eileen Fisher, I tend to size down. I'm pretty much always a medium, sometimes a small. And in the jumpsuits, I am a size medium, so I did size down. So I am 5'8", but I have a long torso and short legs. So it has been a pretty hard struggle for me to find an adequate jumpsuit to fit my body type. And the Eileen Fisher jumpsuits just work absolutely perfect for me. This particular one that I have is the stretch crepe material, and it's in a kind of, it's supposed to be cropped, but it looks more like ankle length on me, which is perfect. And it is not, you know, bunching up in the crotch or anything like that. I did happen to snag mine from a local consignment store. It was brand new with tags. I had some credits, used that. Best investment I think I've made for the summertime. Definitely springtime too. I was wearing this in spring. This is honestly a piece that you really can take with you through the fall season as well. Just layer things up with it and you're good to go. But yes, now I would say that even still, when I bought this, you know, I was able to get this with some credits that I had, like I said, at a local consignment store. I do think that it is worth the retail price for this particular item. Now, again, always just double check that you can't find it somewhere like Nordstrom Rack or on eBay, Poshmark, whatever, but absolutely cannot recommend an Eileen Fisher jumpsuit enough. We're going to move on to the next category, and that is one of my absolute favorites, and that is handbags. So when it comes to a perfect summer handbag, I have three that come to mind, three different types. Now, you don't necessarily need all three. I personally have all three because they work very well with my lifestyle. I use all of them. I love all of them, just depending on the occasion that I have coming up, or, you know, what's going on for that particular day. But I do love a good small crossbody. Now, I did just unbox this in my previous video. If you didn't see that, I will link that somewhere here or down below for you. This is a vintage, I'm saying vintage because it's 21 years old. Technically vintage, but not really. But anyway, this is a Louis Vuitton denim crossbody. It's called the Juliet MM, I believe. It's a great size. So this is big enough to fit my phone. I have a Samsung S20, and I can fit my card holder, I can fit my keys, I can fit a couple other essentials. It actually has quite a bit of space for the size. Put my car key fob in the front here, and I am good to go. So a small functional crossbody is essential for the summer. I personally don't like schlepping around a lot of stuff with me in the summertime. I just want to keep it simple and basic, so that's why I reach for a small crossbody most of the time. The next bag I'm going to talk about is a super trendy style right now. It's been trendy for quite a while. I don't really think it's going anywhere anytime soon, and I'm here for it, and that is a fanny pack, as I'll just call it for what it is, or what is referred to as a bum bag in current fashion terms. But yes, get yourself one of these. They are so amazing. So this one I have in particular is a Lululemon one. This one has recently gotten pretty popular, and it's a really good price point. So I bought mine secondhand on Poshmark, but they only retail for about 35 bucks. So I think that that's a really good deal to get something that isn't designer, or, you know, with a designer price tag, but you do get something with that brand and logo recognition, and it's very versatile. and it's got a really brightly lined interior here and lots of little pockets in here, so you literally can fit so much. It's kind of crazy how much you can actually fit in here. So I really can't recommend this enough. I believe that you could still buy this on their website. If not, I'll try to link something down below. But yes, Lululemon belt bag, fanny pack, whatever you want to call it, absolute necessity for the summer. I have another trendy style of bag to share with you, but it's another bag that I honestly feel is a classic. It's something that I personally will wear forever. I think it's really great, especially if you're a mom, you have small kids, if you're somebody who wants to be hands-free, have something light and airy, and that is a small backpack. This one in particular is the Longchamp small backpack. It's the Le Plage backpack, if I'm saying that right. It is fantastic. It's a great size. It's so lightweight. I think that this is a great alternative to the Longchamp tote. I'm not really a tote person. I do have a couple totes in my wardrobe, but I mostly use them in the fall and winter time when I need to carry more things with me, or my laptop, which I have a particular bag for that. But just like for my day-to-day essentials, and especially when I am going to be out for a really long extended period of time where I need to carry a lot more things with me, I do prefer a small backpack. So I am going to make a separate video on this bag and talking a little bit about more in depth of why I chose this particular one for myself, but it is waterproof resistant. You can get this wet. If you get caught out in the rain, it's not a big deal. And it is just an open space, but I do have a organizer that was made to fit this bag that I purchased. Again, I'll talk about this more in another video, but I find that it just really fits everything I need. It's easygoing, it's carefree, and it's practical and on trend. The last category I'm going to talk about today is jewelry. Jewelry is something that you can invest in all year round. It doesn't have to necessarily just be the summertime, but especially in the summer when you're wearing, you know, less layers, you're not going to be wearing big bulky coats. I really think that jewelry is going to shine, particularly in this time of year. More of it is just going to be seen on you. So right now I have some trendy pieces on here that I would consider to be costume jewelry. They are 18 karat plated, but these are both from Noonday collection. These particular pieces are made by women who are survivors of the sex trafficking industry, which is really cool. It's a fair trade brand. I will link all that down below. These earrings that I'm wearing right here are also a more trendy style, and these are, again, something I would consider to be costume because they are plated gold. I bought these on Etsy, and I will link them below. Now, the only downside I will say about costume jewelry, even though I love it, I am buying much more less of it the older that I get, because it doesn't last forever. So eventually the plating will wear off of this, and especially if you're wearing sunscreens and that sort of stuff, or in showering or doing other things with them that's really abrasive, the coating will eventually just kind of flake off. That just is the nature of the product. So when I am purchasing jewelry, I try to purchase the trendier things that I'm interested in costume jewelry form. And the pieces that I want to have for a lifetime are the pieces that I invest a little bit more money in. So this particular bracelet that I have that I've worn in a few videos is a retired Tiffany piece. This is the Love Knot Bracelet. Really can't go wrong with Tiffany, you guys. So yes, classic, versatile, will last me a lifetime. The other piece I have here is not technically a jewelry piece, but with the band it feels more like a piece of jewelry to me, and that is my Shinola Birdie watch. I will make a whole video about this watch as well for you guys, and kind of going a little more in depth of why I chose that particular watch. And of course I have my gold ring, which is on my wedding finger, which has a funny story behind it. Some of you guys who are subscribers who've been here for a while know the story behind that. And then I have a brass ring right here, which is from Seiko Designs, which is another fair trade company, but this one is brass. Now, brass is not considered fine jewelry by any means because it does tarnish, but you can repolish it forever. And if you are somebody who has a problem with brass turning their finger green, it's something to do with your body chemistry. It's not a fault fault of the actual ring. You can paint the inside with a thin coat of clear nail polish, and that will completely take care of that. But I absolutely love brass jewelry, and again, like I said, it's not technically fine jewelry, but I like to purchase that and sterling silver because although they tarnish, you can repolish them and forever and have them forever. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much again for watching and subscribing to my channel. Let me know down below what your summer essentials are, what you are looking to invest in, pieces that you have your eyes on. I would love to know that in the comments below. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.